Okay, now let's see this question. This question came in GATE 2011 for 2 marks. The question is, 4 matrices M1, M2, M3 and M4 of dimensions P cross Q, Q cross R cross S and S cross T respectively can be multiplied in several ways, right? And they've given like you can multiply M1 into M2 and then M3 into M4 and then whatever the two matrices you are getting resultant matrices, you can multiply both of them. So in that case you can see that when you multiply two matrices, let's say M1 and M2, okay, and if its dimension is P cross Q and its dimension is Q cross R, then you clearly know that the number of scalar multiplications when in performing this multiplication is basically P into Q into R. And basically this is what they have again mentioned here, just to refresh your memory, that okay, the number of scalar multiplication is going to be PQR for this one, and this M3 M4, so it is going to be RST, right? And then if it is going, and the resultant matrix is going to be of dimension P cross R here and R cross T here. So when this resultant matrix and this resultant matrix is going to be multiplied, then the number of scalar multiplications is going to be P into R into T, and what they have written here, right? And similarly they have given another example with another way of associating the matrices and multiplying them. Okay, so they have given the values P, Q, R, S, P, Q, R, S, T. All these 5 values they have given. From that you can find all the 4 dimensions. Okay, but what eventually you have to do, you have to find the minimum number of scalar multiplications needed. What with respect to what minimum? Minimum with respect to the many ways in which it can be done. Okay, so they have mentioned 2 different ways in which it can be done. They are asking about, okay, so whatever way you want to multiply these 4 matrices, you do it, but eventually I want to get the minimum number of scalar multiplications. How much you can, how much is the minimum number of scalar multiplications, that is they are asking. Okay, so for that you might be knowing that this is basically a dynamic programming paradigm, and we are going to use memoization, and we are going to firstly basically we are going to solve it using dynamic programming paradigm, where the smaller sub problems firstly we will solve, and then we are going to solve the bigger sub problems. Okay, and in that sense we will create a matrix which will encapsulate whatever we want to do. Okay, so I'll just show you what does it mean. So let's say these are indices 1 2 3 4 and these are 1 2 3 4. Okay, so let's say this is a matrix, matrix is small m. Okay, so here m I comma j, I will show you. Let's say m 2 comma 4, something like this, 2 comma 4, this cell. So what does this denote? So m 2 comma 4 denotes the multiplication, the number of scalar multiplications which we will be getting in multiplying m2 till m4. So m2 into m3 into m4. Okay, if it is m1 comma 4, then it is starting from m1 till m4, m1 into m2 into m3 and into m4. In this entire multiplication, what are the number of scalar multiplications, minimum number of scalar multiplications, that is what we are denoting in this value. Okay, so here we can clearly say that it is mi till mj. This multiplication has to be done, and whatever is the minimum number of scalar multiplications, that is going to be filled in these cells. Okay, now whatever values we fill in this cell, which answer in which cell is going to be our final answer. See, the answer in this cell m4, m1 comma 4 is going to be our answer, this cell. Why? Because basically this denotes m1 comma 4, which is basically saying that m1 into m2 into m3 into m4, whatever matrices, all the 4 matrices are there, and they have multiplied all of them, and this basically denotes the number of scalar multiplications, minimum number of scalar multiplications in this multiplication, and that is exactly what they are asking in the options, right? So this is going to our answer. Now this is our biggest subproblem. We are going to solve it, since in dynamic programming paradigm we firstly solve smaller subproblems, and then recursively or iteratively we are going to build on solutions in order to find the solution for higher subproblems. Okay, so let's start with the bottom of the pyramid. What is this cell? M1 comma 1. So basically they are saying is that this is M1 comma 1. In that sense it is basically simply M1. Okay, so there is no multiplication happening. So total number of scalar multiplication is basically 0. So minimum is also 0. So basically 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4, everything is going to be 0. Let's come back to this M1 comma 3. Okay, so in M1 comma M1 comma 2, M1 comma 2 you can understand is that basically it is what? M1 into M2. Okay, so M1 into M2 is what? See, now you might be understanding that the dimension of, so let's write it here, M1, M2, M3, M4. Let's write all the dimensions. Okay, so basically this is 10 cross 100. Understand why? Because P cross Q, and P is 10 and Q is 100, so that's why it is 10 cross 100. So similarly you can write all the values, 100 cross 20, and this is 20 cross 5, and this is 5 cross 80, something like that. Okay, now what is this M1 into M2? What is going to be the minimum number of scalar multiplication? In fact, there is only one way, M1 into M2, and the only number of scalar multiplications is going to be 10 into 100 into 20. That is how remembered we explained how this is coming, right? So my point is that here the answer is going to be 10. Here the answer is going to be 10 into 100 into 20, and it essentially comes out to 20,000. Okay, 20k I have written, k for 1000. Okay, now let's come back to this cell, 2 into 3. So 2 into 3, you can clearly understand that it is going to be M2 into M3, so it is going to be 100 into 20 into 5. Okay, so it is going to be 10,000. Okay, now 3 comma 4 is going to be 20 into 5 into 80, and that's why it is going to be 8,000. Okay, now we have solved this layer. Now let's come back to this 1 comma 3. What is 1 comma 3? So 1 comma 3 is basically M1 into M2 into M3, but this can be done in two different ways, isn't it? See, one way is M1 into M2, you multiply firstly this and then multiply it by M3. Another way is something like this, you keep M1 as it is, but you firstly multiply M2 and M3, and whatever the resultant matrix you are getting, that you multiply with M1. These are the two different ways. Now what are the different number of scalar multiplications which we are getting? Now that is the beauty where we are of dynamic programming, where we are going to use the already calculated answer. So see, M1 into M2, whatever is the minimum number of ways, I don't need to recalculate because I already have M1 comma 2 value, so it is 20,000. And M3, you don't have to do anything. M3, this is not a product, this is simply a single matrix, and in order to multiply these two, you are going to get 10 into 20 into 5, because this one is 10 cross 20 and this one is basically M3 is 20 cross 5. Okay, so you calculate this and this is going to come out to 21,000. Okay, when you see this, then it is going to be, okay, M1 is just a single matrix, M2 3, so 2 3, this is 10k. Okay, and then we are going to add 10 into 100 into 5, because M1 is basically 10 into 100, 10 cross 100, and M2 M3 is going to come to 100 cross 5. Okay, that's why this thing is there. When you add it, it is going to come to 15,000. Okay, so basically you can see that 21,000 and 15,000, which there are two different ways. Which way I am going to choose? I am going to choose the minimum number of scalar multiplications. That's why I am going to choose this one, and that's why M13, this value is going to be basically 15,000. Okay, Similarly, basically you can calculate m2 m24, which is going to be m2 into m3 into m4, and basically this can also be done in two different ways. One way is m2 into m3 and then cross multiply it with m4, and then you can do something like this also, m2 into m3 into m4. Okay, in this way it is going to be 10,000 plus 0 plus 100 dot 5 dot 80, because m2 m3 is 100 cross 5 and this is 5 cross 80. Overall it is going to be 50,000, and this side it is going to be, see, 0 plus 8k plus 100 cross 20 and then 20 cross 80, that's why 20 into 80. So it is going to be 168k, and we can see that we are going to choose the lower value, that's why m24 is going to be 50k. This is going to be 50k. Now we are going to calculate the final answer, this one, m14. Now let's go here and we will find out what is the value of m14. So basically we can see that we are trying to calculate m1 into m2 into m3 into m4, and it can be written in a couple of different ways. So one way can be m1 and then whatever from m2 m3 m4, this multiplication, whatever you got, you multiply this. Another way can be, okay, I multiply m1 into m2 and then m3 into m4, and whatever value both you are getting, you are multiplying it, both of them. Okay, another way can be something like m1 into m2 m2 m3. So why I am not parenthesizing these, because these are already solved problems. We will directly reuse the values which we have got earlier, right? And then m4. Okay, now let's see what are the values going. So m1, we can see that m1 is basically this is a single matrix, and m24 this is 50,000. Okay, so basically we are going to write something like 0 plus 50,000. okay, and plus we are going to write 10 cross 100 cross 10 dot 100 dot 80, because this is basically 10 cross 100 and this resultant matrix is going to be 100 cross 80. You can see here, see, start with 100 end with 80, so 100 cross 80. Okay, and this value is finally coming out to be 130k. Okay, now let's come back to this m1 into m2 into m2 and m3 into m4. So basically m1 m2 and m3 m4. See, m1 m2, so m1 m2 is 20,000, and m3 m4, so m3 m4 this is basically 8,000. So 20,000 plus 8,000. So we are going to do it something like 20,000 plus 8,000 plus it is going to be 10 dot 20 dot 80, because this is going to be 10 cross 20 and this is going to be 20 cross 80. Oh, okay, you can see from here also 20 cross 80, 10 cross 20. Okay, so the overall summation is going to be 44k. Okay, now what about this? Here we can see that m13, this is already a solved problem, right? 15,000, this is already a solved problem. So this is 15,000 plus 0, this is a single matrix, nothing to do here. Now when we multiply these two, see, m1 into m3, it is going to be 10 cross 5, and then it is going to be 5 cross 80. So the overall thing is going to be 10 dot 5 dot 80, which means that the summation is going to be 19k. Okay, so among these three values, whatever is minimum, that is our answer. So 19,000, this is our completely the absolute minimum number of scalar multiplication, that is going to be our final answer, and that's why the answer is 19,000.